We are back with a brand new season of the Premier League, Baba, and everyone can catch every single game live from everywhere. All you need is your phone at 69 Rand. Subscribe to Showmax Premier League.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes are CEO.za. It's Stellenbosch 1, Mamelodi Sundowns 0. 2-0 on aggregate. Stellenbosch are going to the final of the MTN 8. Well done. Congratulations to Coach Steve Barker. Well deserved as well. Better opportunities created. Sundowns, maybe because they were chasing the game towards the end, maybe created opportunities, but generally speaking, when the game was on from the beginning, Stellenbosch created better opportunities. Andre de Jong could have scored, but he assisted the first goal, which was the only goal of this game. Well done. Congratulations to Stellenbosch. I got myself wishing that this was in the league, the match that they lost against Stellenbosch, the first one, and then this one, 1-0. I was like, okay, this would have been would have made the league look more interesting as well. So Vilakazi, former Mamelodi Sundowns attacking midfielder. What did you make of that? You want to smile or you want to laugh?
No, we're doing something big.
Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. Kemujan Fit.
Yes, sir.
Ngibulise wena, ngibulise Tuna, ngibulise Justice, ngibulise Lindo.
Pep Guardiola.
Ngibulise nemakhaya. Cela support njalo like iDiskiTV. Zoyibeka nje njalo ngichike futhi. Ngiyaphinda futhi. Ngishilo ngathi still sise finalini.
Mr. So-and-so.
Mr. Ngewu. We just said now, you know, ezinye izinto you get angry because of decision making. Yabona, and we were crying ukuthi we want Sundowns to get a challenge. Ukuthi Sundowns sengavele sinikeze ileague ezisuka nje phansi. But now not in this manner. Not in this manner. Whereby bahlele entabeni they decided to walk down, because for me that's what they doing now.
Orlando did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
Absolutely nothing wrong.
Check the last. Now this is the third game. How many chances did they created in these 3 games? You can count them now.
Especially if you discount the ones they created because they're chasing the game.
Yes.
I'm talking about game. How many chances do you create?
Thank you. And 3 games is Sundowns goal. And now in this game, well done to Steve Barker. And I said it in half time. But still is, I see them going to the final. Why? Based on the performance of Sundowns first half, they didn't have attempts. Now, the last 5 minutes, they had 4 chances. Look, yes, in those 4 chances, you can get 3 goals out of that. Sometimes it happens. But why do you have to wait for the last minute? As the Sundowns, for me, they were not convincing in terms of they really want to win. Yes, looking at the game, Pulukwane and the first leg, they look better. To be honest, they look better. They tried. But you could see what they were doing is something that players knows from the previous coach. We used to do this. But now, I get come to emphasize
the enforcer.
Yeah, no. Hey, senza kanje. Hey, baba sinje. You know, so you could see the one thing that if no one can see it, I can show you everyone. That's why it's called Salis. It's tall Lungaka. Top man. Every time all the balls will need to go wide or for them across. That's not Sundowns. Sundowns, we play. Sundowns, they use them pockets to break through. You are getting. The reason why Ushalulile will struggle is because of the way they've changed to a player Sundowns, where everyone needs to be a ball player, instead of let's capitalize in all the areas where we could add as players individual. So they can't use Ushalulile right. That's why they couldn't get those goals, because now everyone wants to play around Ribeiro. Everyone wants to feed him, and now it comes back and hunt him.
Yeah, at halftime you said you're confident that Stellenbosch will go through.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about the kind of chances that Stellenbosch created versus the kind of chances that Sundowns were creating. Yeah. And you end up being spot on.
Mr. Geo, the more, here's a simple example. Boxing uvimbile kanje ngokushaya uzokhathala ukhathala mawuthi uzokushaya ngokuthole ebusweni. That's what happened, because it still is, they will keep on from the first whistle, they will keep on going. Sundowns going. Eventually they got a goal second half, and for me it was not a surprise.
Yeah,
know,
because you did say it so, Guti, as Sundowns chases, because in this game they were 1-0 down
Yeah.
from the first whistle.
Yeah.
As they chase at halftime, it's 0-0.
Yes.
It means that in the second 45, Sundowns has to score.
Yeah.
And as they chase, they're gonna be open. And they chased, and Devin Titus went past Ulibusa,
Yeah.
and then it was 1v1. He should have scored that. Jody February closed the angle, but he could have gone around him. But from that same moment as well, they scored the goal. So the context was also interesting in that even if you thought Sundowns were going to win, but at halftime, you're like, oh, okay, so now they have to score 1 to take it to penalties or score 2 if they want to win. That means they're going to have to open up spaces behind them.
Definitely, because one Sundowns, they need to open up now because they need to go forward. They need a goal. And now they forgot that they've got Titus. They've got Dion. They're very smart.
Mojera is very quick.
Is very... Look, those 3 guys, they did a wonderful job for Steve Parker up front. And for me, I clap hands for them. I mean, they did wonders to create problems for that defense. Titus, I mean, we were talking about him, Lano Guti. He's a player. He's using what he's good at. Yeah.
His pace.
And, you know, when you're good at with the pace, you use that pace. And he's using it. He just need to grow. You know, let's give him maybe time. He will understand the dynamics of the game. Use the speed, but when you get to the box, you don't need speed. Then you need to think.
I think we were saying this in 2021, 2022 when we first saw Dino van Rooyen.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he never really improved that finishing. Because Titus is similar in that he has bundles of pace, but when he's confronted with the goalkeeper 1v1, it's a 50-50. He will score or miss, he will score or miss. So let me go back to Sundowns. So, and yes, I know that there's some pressure from the coach.
Yeah.
You intimated or you kind of suggested that the reason why the coach went back to some form of playing, combination play, is because there would have been a meeting to discuss with him. Because my conversation with you after the game, Yokala, the first leg, was that, do you see this improving? And I was suggesting, Uguti, given that people are people and men who are at a certain caliber can think about things. You don't have to even go to sleep. You can sleep 2 hours, go back to the drawing board, literally. Sit down on your laptop, try to figure out, like, do I have to go back to the style? You saying that he may have been convinced to go back to the style as Sundowns. Now, do you think there will be another meeting now? Or are they the same people who called him into the meeting, the board members, the former players, the influential people at Sundowns? Do you think they then will call him into a meeting, Ksasa, Bamshayeli Zandlu, no, it's good. Yes, you are out of the tournament, but it's good that you went back to our principles of playing. Or is there more pressure from him now?
More pressure. More pressure because they saw against Purukani City what happened. They saw the first leg what happened. That's why they call him to the meeting to say, look, hey, we allowed you against Purukani City. We allowed you the first leg. You are not giving us anything that we think can take us to the final. So go back to what we know, all of us. Unfortunately, the time frame of preparing this build up from the back, they didn't have time now because it tells you, Uguti, what you think a pre-season. They never
That's not what
put
they were
it.
practicing.
Yes, it never came to their mind. That's why you saw them, even when they started 2 years early build up, they were scattered. You find Mshishi was next to Mkwena, you know, this Ribeiro was not coming as usual, where he'll throw in here and carry the island Mshishi lana, Alene being closer, then they play Guma pocket and go wide, bring it back. We didn't see that. And again, when you look at the energy that they put it in the game, they were like sluggish. You know, they go wide, they look for a cross, they come back again, they change a lane, they go there. For me, Mr. Gil, pressure, it's on him. And I'm sorry to put it like this to him, but you know, sometimes when you put yourself in that position, so this team, it was not broken. It didn't need any changes. So for him to make those changes against Polokwane, against the first leg of Stellenbosch, and today, it cost him and it puts him really in the hospital. Not but ICU where he needs a trip. But in fact, so he just need to be very careful and say, look.
But how does it rectify it? So let's put it in solution mode. What would you, if he was your friend giving you a phone call, what would you say he must do?
There's nothing wrong with what Orlando was doing to continue doing it. There's nothing wrong. Continue doing it. You'll add along the lines based on the game itself in terms of the questions that you get. But if the game doesn't ask you questions, why do you change? Go. If Shalulile was starting, Shish was starting, and training, these are the drills that we were doing that made us to be the best team. Why not? Do them. I mean, you are in charge there. If the team wins, we're not going to call Rulane in Morocco to Rulane winning. Based on he's the coach, he's continuing. There's nothing wrong with Mr. Ngoguti. I mean, I'm saying, coach, my advice is go back, sit down, check all the things that you guys were doing, Coach Orlane wanted the team to do. Do them also, because all the players, the material that you've got is the material of this type of football. It's not the material, yama long ball where you need to go wide and cross. That's not, you don't have those players at Sundowns. The players that you guys have signed and the players that they play, and they play with the tempo. So now the tempo has changed. Again, the football that they're playing has changed. So it means these players, these are not the players for Sundowns. That's what you say.
Yeah.
So my advice to him is go back, check all the stats. They'll tell you, good, you guys, this is how you were playing. And you check the times, first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, how many chances do you create. The movement, that was the movement getting to the box. Who was initiating?
The interesting thing is that he's not a foreign coach.
Yeah.
Like South Africa,
No.
like it's not like he's confused.
Yeah.
No,
it's just that
he's not a foreign coach. I'm just on that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not a foreign coach. Like foreign coaches take time. They need to know who is this one and stuff like that. But he's not a foreign coach. He was in that environment.
No,
so they will be less patient with him.
Yeah, no, I think the other thing, Mr. Gio, is that, sometimes as coaches, I want the team to play according to the way I want. And sometimes you don't need that. I mean, the team has been doing well with a certain level. Why do you want to change that level? Don't change it. Keep it away. And then the game itself will give you questions. The game itself. Don't come with answers when there's no questions. That's what he's doing. There's no questions for him. But already he's got answers. And that's why his team is not doing well. So he must continue the way team being a corner, and then the game itself will give him questions, and then you will answer.
There you go. Thank you very much to Mr. So-and-so. Thank you very much to everyone who's watching our videos, commenting, liking, and subscribing, especially on our videos as well. Yeah, I think it's an interesting period that we're entering into. I'm going to repeat what I said. I wish that this was already in the league, because remember last year in the league, or last season, Sundowns only lost 1 game.
Yeah.
If in the first 10 games, if Coach Mangoba Mngwethi gets there, first 10 games, and they only win 3 or 4 games, then we have something to talk about. Then we have videos to sell. Then South Africa has discussions with Garage in there's a title race. For now, it's an MTN 8. I remember Pitso Mosemane didn't really take this tournament seriously. He had his eye on the Champions League, the league, which is, of course, we are Pan-Africanist people. We are existing as a country, not as an island. We are part of Africa. That's the competition that all of us should keep an eye on. However, there will be questions with regards to Coach Mangoba Mngwethi, because if the decision to get rid of Rulane Mokoena was based on a nonsensical idea of these trophies where you play 4 matches and you're in the final, then what does it mean for someone who's been knocked out in the semi-final? That means that they have a decision to make, which I think is stupid, but then if they're following this consistent logic, then they have a decision to make here with regards to the coach. We'll find out, of course, in the fullness of time. It is iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes, also sporting. Thank you for watching us.